My view about for the changing is to make sure that for all the things what we're doing about, because I've seen that health and social care is to get carry on again, learning again more, for make sure that we found more and more detail what we needed again for, and more experience, because all the time the things always change. We never know the things what changing all the time.
I'm very, very optimistic. I mean, we've heard it all before, so I'd like to see how quick it's going to happen. And to be honest, with the people who really lose out is the people who are being cared for. They're the ones who always suffer, because unless you've got somebody who's going to get up and carry on fighting for their needs. It's just not going to happen. They're the ones who always get left behind, unfortunately.
Well, I think it's a bit upsetting that they'll be doing cutbacks, because I think the nurses are under enough strain, and a lot of the health and social care workers are under a lot of strain with the hours they work and the money they get for it, which would be a shame. They'll probably lose a lot and things could go downhill from there.
Well, I think you should leave us alone, personally. I personally feel that the way that they're going on, that they've got too many managers at the top. We don't need a director, we don't need a financial officer, and we don't need social workers. Social workers look after my interest, but every time it goes forward, you've got the financial department coming back. You can't have that. So, my answer is, I don't know what the answer is, but as long as they leave me alone, and I'm not being selfish or anything, all I want is what's best for me, as my health comes first, and not the council first.
Like I said, some of them are capable of being done without hurting too many people, but in the main, I would like to see it a fairer 50-50 split between the rich and the poor, and not just the poor.
I do think that being part of funding cuts, that people are more prone now to losing sense of community spirit, where some of the tended organisations will be non-existent. And I think it's a bit of a shame that people should be left after looking for a project to help their own mental illnesses and help their own mental illnesses of other people, left with a project. But I do actually think it's positive to have personalised funding, to actually apply for funding to actually help yourself with your own activities. So we can actually work together with the organisation like Band to actually keep them afloat. So I feel that, so if you need some help doing some support, or need some support in the group, or you need to go to a drop-in centre, you can send your own funding to your own drop-in centre, rather than lose your drop-in centre. So it's pretty good.
I think any changes that are proposed to health and social care in Bolton or in any area are very, very serious indeed. I would hate to see any changes at all. I think we've got to a level of services through the last government that were really very good, and it's speeded up enormously. Being referred to hospitals, waiting lists, they had been speeded up enormously under Labour, and I can see that slipping back now to pre-1997 days, which would be a disaster.